Hi everyone, welcome. I'm so excited to be here and introduce our team. And so today I am Lynn Barletta and I am the founder and CEO of Florida Faith Alliance to Fight Child Sex Trafficking. This is Wendy Hamilton and she is our state coordinator, and she helps to coordinate county to county and state to state. And this is Danielle Roberts. And this is Bill Monroe, and we are so excited to be able to partner up with them. And I'm going to let each one of you tell us a little bit about what you do in your background.
Our agency is the National Criminal Defense Investigative Agency. We're an investigative consulting group who specializes in indigent defense.
Beautiful. And Bill, you were a longtime police officer.
I was.
Where did you serve?
I spent 20 years in the military. As a military police officer, K-9. I spent 2 years with the United States Secret Service, and I did a year with U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
Oh my goodness, you're perfect for investigation. I love that. That's amazing.
I was a K-9 narcotics and explosives dog handler, so
My
K-9
goodness.
officer. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Danielle, tell us about you and your background.
Absolutely. So I'm a licensed investigator here in the state of Florida. I originally started doing financial investigations back in 2007. Started there, and then I moved into asset recovery. And later from there, I moved into criminal defense. And so I've been doing that ever since. I've had an agency here since 2015.
Okay.
And I've been here. I worked with the public defender and did well over 1,500 cases, it seems like at this point, just with the public defender. So I had my own agency since 2015, and I've been doing criminal defense ever since. I became board certified, and now with my partner, Mr. Monroe, we have the National Criminal Defense Investigative Agency.
Beautiful. And Wendy, tell us a little bit about what's been happening with child trafficking, what your part has been, and what we've been doing.
With the child trafficking, one thing that we've come to learn is how your traffickers use technology to gain access to our children. My specialty is computers, and that's been my background for quite a few years, well over 20 years. And teaming up with Lynn through the Florida Faith Alliance, we've learned how the groomers, they will take this technology, they use gaming techniques, they use any type of social media that they can to gain access to the children. They use that. They will groom them up to 2 years in order to gain the access to them.
Yes.
They're relentless. They will reach out to these children like you would have a telemarketer reach out to you.
Yes.
They don't stop. They will reach out to them 10, 20, 30 times a day until these children respond to them. And in doing so, before you know it, they've gained access to the children right in your home.
And what's crazy is they can locate them by GPS coordinates and face recognition. They have all of that technology. And so what we do is we go out and we train parents and grandparents and concerned citizens, even law enforcement. We've been a part of training, and we're finding that it's expanding more and more because so many people want to know, how do I recognize the signs? What do I do if I see something? And how do I protect my own children? And so that's just so important. But what we see here is an intersection of investigative services, what these two wonderful people are doing. We're about to do a conference together, why collaboration is so important. So tell us a little bit about the conference. Danielle, what we'll be doing.
The conference is the 2023 Justice Summit. It's December 1st through the 3rd in Atlanta, Georgia at Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Tell us about Ebenezer Baptist Church. That has a background, right?
Yeah, it does. So Ebenezer Baptist Church is where Martin Luther King Jr. Preached for years. There was the whole history with Martin Luther King is implanted right there in that vicinity, and we're very excited to partner with the National Association of Black Defenders, the American Bar Association, and many others, just bringing this summit to the area, to Atlanta, just to bring awareness and human trafficking, awareness and mental health awareness for police procedure and response. So we're really excited about this upcoming summit this year. It's going to be really amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
And Bill, tell us about some of the things you want to see accomplished. And then we'll talk about how we intersect and why there's such an overlap.
One of my passions is collaborative, holistic investigation, including a number of agencies, a number of people in the investigative process. One of those particularly is police first responders, mental health responders, and the ability to have police officers trained in mental health response.
Yeah, it's so important. We also see the same thing with human trafficking, especially child trafficking. Adults too, they clam up. They don't know how to respond. They get
Very similar.
resistant. They could get violent. And it's all because they've been brainwashed, coerced, and horribly, horribly abused and so traumatized they can't talk to a police officer. And oftentimes they're treated as criminals. And what we're trying to avoid here is double victimization.
And that's what we advocate for. We advocate for police officers to be trained so that they can recognize once they arrive on scene
Yes.
what the issue may be or could possibly be, or that there is even a mental health issue.
And why it's so important to have mental health trained employees as part of our police force.
Absolutely.
And perhaps even victims themselves who can help be advocates. And you are a special advocate because of your 3 children. You want to tell us about
I
that?
do. Yes. So I have 4 children total. One that we foster, who is my niece, and 3 of them are on the spectrum, and they're autistic. And we fight daily for their advocacy, for them to be a voice. But that doesn't happen all the time across, the nations not being able to have a voice. So we're advocating for those who are in mental health arena and those who have neurological disorders such as autism to be able to have an advocate and be able to have a voice during those crises.
That's excellent. And I find it so interesting because the State Alliance to End Human Trafficking, which is under our Attorney General Ashley Moody's counsel, their whole training this year is all about that. It's all about being an advocate to victims and not double punishing victims
Right.
and not treating them as criminals.
Right.
And, we're just bringing in a blind survivor who was trafficked as a child, October 20th, for the Big Splash. It's our first fundraiser. And that's what her story is. It's all about treating the victims that they're the same kind. She has a book called Same Kind of Human. And it's all about understanding and then helping to train law enforcement, helping to train all of the people, the people that would work with them, that would have anything to do with any one of these victims.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
First responders have to be able to recognize immediately that there may be a mental health issue. And that's hard to do. That's hard
Also,
to do as a
the
police
signs of
officer.
trafficking, same
Signs of
thing.
trafficking as
This
well.
is why there's so much intersection. And people, I want you to know we're at a crisis epidemic in our nation.
Yeah.
We have mental health issues skyrocketing. And I know for a fact, just because of the studies done by Interpol, also the Justice Department, that our online child exploitation issues went up 98% in America. So now we are definitely having to come together, work together, and do
Collaboratively.
something about this.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Collaborative.
Feels like I'm running on